Guys, welcome back to career mode. Let's go. Oh, now, there were some people. Now, in the previous video, there was one guy I remember, because I read the comments, who has given me... Okay, hopefully, that's not going to ruin me too much. And you guys reckon I should jump up to 4, because that's probably where I would bat when I'm Test Captain of Australia. So, thank you to Cricket de Tashan for suggesting those changes. We'll go with a call of heads. Sunny's on, overcast conditions. And it is a head, so we're going to bat first. Jeez, it's very grassy though, isn't it? Look at it, soft grassy. Look, even in a wicket like this, just bat first. Or will it harden up? I don't know. I doubt it. It's probably just going to be hard to bat on anyway. And batting at 4 at 2 for 41. So I got a first class average of just over 50. What can we come up with today in our first class innings for quite some time? It's got to be at least about a month in terms of the real world time since I've played a first class innings, so I really need to get back into understanding leaving of the ball and things like that. That's another dot, so there's a wicket in that over and no runs, 2 for 41. Once I am the official Australian captain, I wonder whether or not I will keep Marcus Harris in the side, because obviously I've played a lot of cricket with him through my journey. Obviously I played with him at Victoria, and now I'm playing with him at Gloucester, and obviously he does bat in the Australian lineup as well in our career mode. So it's an interesting choice whether I keep him in the side or if I do bring in a guy like Usman Khawaja, who I don't know what year this is, 2025, so he'll be 3 years older than he is now. He'd be late 30s. It's just whether or not I would put him in the side. I'd probably have to look at some of the stats to see who is worthy of bringing in my career mode. Garton bowling some left-armers over the wicket. Oh, that's a nicely played shot. That'll be a couple of runs. Bit of a misfield as well. And I'm able to pick up the 2.
Yes.
That'll be 1.
Keep it.
I know I'm only 8 balls into this innings, but I just feel like I've started it well. You know how sometimes you're in the mood and you're like, I know this is going to be a top quality knock. Sometimes you know that. Sometimes you just struggle. No run.
Wait.
Oh, did it beat the fielder? No, it was well fielded. I have obviously updated the settings quite a significant amount since probably the last time I've played the career mode. So I'll do a video for you guys over the next couple of days that will give you the updated settings. It's really quite a high amount of things that have changed. It's almost as hard as the game can get, but it's just narrowly off the back of that, just because I think it gets a little bit too complicated once you get to that point. But yeah, definitely I will update you guys on my difficulty, because I know that it has been a highly requested thing that many of you have asked. I don't know if that's got enough power on it as it rolls towards the boundary, but it is going to be 4. End of the over, 2 for 70. Oh, it's an edge and it's rolled through. It hasn't carried. I'll be interested to know how many of my how many of the people still watching career mode are Australians. Obviously, it's not cricket season at all in Australia at the moment. It obviously only really happens between about October and sort of late January. It does sort of bleed into February a little bit, and I think this year there was cricket in March, but for the most part, it's sort of that October to January period where most people in Australia get around cricket as a sport. It's sort of the big summer attraction outside of the tennis, but that's only like 2 or 3 weeks. So interesting to see how many of you guys are still watching, and especially through the middle of winter where the football codes dominate here in Australia. Obviously you've got AFL and Rugby League, the 2 major ones that people are invested in. Obviously there's the A-League as well, but I think is that more of a summer thing, the A-League? I can't remember. I feel like they do play it during the winter. And the basketball's just finished as well, because that happens sometimes during... Yeah, the basketball finished like last week as well.
Wait there.
Oof. And like obviously there's no cricket really going on in Australia. It's all going on overseas for those players who are Australian cricket players. That's where they're going. But I think the summer obviously starts earlier this year, because we've got the T20 World Cup happening in Australia in October. Then there's also the Soccer World Cup is in December. I know that's not in Australia, but Lots of sport happening this year, isn't there? I mean, there's lots of sport every year.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. And that will be runs. And it will... Doesn't look like it'll actually go to the boundary. No, it does. Because it was just really, really slow towards the end there. I probably need to buy a new cricket bat because when I was playing... oh, this is a good story, actually. I'll tell you now. I was playing... you could kind of call it like beach cricket or backyard cricket, like in a... It was sort of just in like a big, like a grassy area near the beach a couple of weeks ago when the weather was quite nice over the Anzac Day long weekend.
Yeah.
And it really was a bit of fun, and I got my cricket bat because I have my cricket bat in the car always, because you never know when you're going to need a cricket bat. Same thing with like football. Like I've always got the AFL Sharon in the car, just in case you ever need to go for a kick. So I always had the cricket bat in the back, and one of my friends obviously had his cricket bat, so we were using that. And then I pulled mine out, and they're like, "What is this? A bat for 6-year-olds?" It's honestly so small, and it was about half the size width-wise of the other bat that we had and that we were using. And I feel like I have had this bat since primary school, maybe since grade like 5.
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be a couple more runs, and it's like an Adam Gilchrist Puma bat. Like, because I haven't bought a cricket bat since, like, I've never played cricket really growing up, or even playing indoor cricket and stuff like that. And so, grade 5, it would have been like 2006.
Yes.
Oh, that's another good shot. I feel like I haven't really played overly aggressive, and I'm 34 from 34, although I've hit 3 boundaries in a row. So, like, I've had this bat for 16 years. That's why it's so small. And it obviously would have been for Little Dean at the time. So we pick up a single here. I'm not going to lie, but I honestly feel like I just played really aggressive there because I was distracted, because I was talking, I was telling a story, I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on. And yet here I was. I don't actually have the bat at the moment because my friend Corey picked it up because I had to leave early because I was going to the football that day. So Corey ended up getting the bat and chucking it in his car, and I need to get it off him at some stage. Otherwise, I would show you on the camera now. That's in the air, that'll be runs. Maybe 2, if you're in the deep. No, just a 1. Just set off a 1. 100 up for Glamorgan. No, we're not Glamorgan, we're Gloucester. Jeez. Very, very different places. They don't do indoor cricket during winter, do they? Or do they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've played it twice. Not for me.
Keep it.
Just not for me. I can't really bat. I can't really bowl. Oh, I can kind of bowl, but I can't bowl as well as I should be able to. Got a bad wrist from bad technique playing tennis for a number of years. So, really hard for me to flick the wrist. Well, that'll be runs. Just a single with the outside edge. Because I used to just really do this whippy action rather than a proper follow through. Nicked. And again, it goes straight down into the ground. So, that's 2 edges I've had in this inning so far, where the ball has almost died off the bat. Now, there was a minor update actually just before I was recording this video, because there was obviously the one that fixed my career mode a couple of days ago, and now there was one today, but I don't know what was actually in that patch.
Yeah.
So maybe that has something to do with the outside edges not carrying, because as we all know, generally, when you nick the ball, you get out. Should be another single to end the over. I'll keep the strike. It's 2 for 106. I'm what's that? 7 fours. That's 28 runs from 4s, 42 deliveries. I feel like I haven't been too aggressive. I don't know whether you'll agree with me or not. In the comments section down below. But I feel like I've been quite the patient guy today.
Yep.
Oh, that's 4, I reckon, from Marcus Harris. Now we've got Carson, the spinner, coming on. Is he going to upset the balance?
Yeah!
Yes, he is. He's going to get me out. Oh, I've nicked it, unfortunately. And it's just hit my leg stump, and you can see the disappointment on my face. I did jinx that. I will give myself that. It's 3 for 116. Just the 42 I will depart for. We're out for 162. So was it a good choice to bat first? Personally, I thought yes, but what happened to our batting lineup? Because we were 3 for 116, only to collapse for 162. Marcus Harris went for 68. So no one outside of me and Marcus Harris really put on any sort of runs. The last 5 batsmen got a solid 2 between them. And if you include the last 6, that's 10 runs. As we went from 6 for 158 to all out for 162. Lost 5 for 4 at the death there. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to perform with the ball. Oh, look at that. It's turning a little bit. What about a wrong un? Oh, that's out. Oh, it was an evil laugh, but I've picked up the wicket. I'm very happy about it. Just tried to work it away, and you just hit it straight to him, didn't you? Alior out of 26, it's 2 for 58. Now we got a lefty in. Oh, especially with the amount of turn we're getting, this is dangerous for left-handers. Ooh, that turned away a long way. 2 for 66, it's a maiden. Oh, that is turning a long way. Like, that has a lot of turn on it. Oh, it should be out. The slowest reactions ever from the short leg. But it was never really in doubt. Coming forward, the shoey, and just the slow falling over to take the catch. Ibrahim out for a duck. It's 4 for 82. And as we saw in our innings, you get 1 wicket and it brings a few. Oh, that's out as well. We're on a hattie. We're on a hattie. I don't even know how that was out. But it's gone. Hat-trick ball coming up shortly. Jeez, this is infamously interesting. It is 5 for 82.
The right-hander is coming into bat at number 7.
Oh, what do I bowl? It's got to be on the ball. It's got to be on the stumps. Hope he misses. Oh!
Nice ball.
Jeez, everyone was up in the air for a moment, thinking that would have been the hat-trick. Jeez, and that fielder's right there, ready and waiting. Oh, this should be a run. Oh, it was a horrible delivery. It got the leading edge and it almost caused a wicket. Sometimes the worst ones just work out and you don't know why. Edged! Oh. An inside edge. And unfortunately, it's going to go and go and go and go and go. And well, it didn't reach the boundary, but it went a fair bit. Oh, that's in the air, and I reckon this is out. It is. I've got 4. Carson goes. It's a strange sort of a shot, but the fielder was out there and really didn't have any issues whatsoever taking the catch. That didn't have to jump, really. You could have just stood there and taken it. Bit of better balance. Anyway, 9 for 105. Henry Crocombe, the new and number 11 batsman into the middle. I wonder if this will change how Haynes decides to bat. 4 for 6 from 9.4 overs. So that is the end of day 1. 9 for 107. We've got 4 for 6. I doubt we'll get the 5th because I feel like the other bowlers should just do the job. And at 2 for 24, we're back in. So bang, bang goes Carson. Hat-trick ball. And I'm happy to leave it. But a lead of 70 here. This is why I decided to bat first. Because I just felt like this wicket probably wasn't going to get any better. It was just going to continue to be a pain for batting. Like, it does look like it might harden up a little bit. You can see a bit of the grass covering has come off the top of the wicket, but I don't think it's going to last long enough for batting to really be a significant factor in the game. We'll pick up 2 more here. Oh, gee, it moved late. I played it early. Oh. Gee, that's disappointing. It's 3 for 31, out for 6. That is a flaw. It's the wrong line I've actually played. I've tried to hit this ball through the covers when it needed to be hit straighter or to the leg side, because that is a huge gap in between your bat and pad. Not good enough from me. And as you can see, single-digit scores pretty much all around from everyone. And all of a sudden, they've batted well. After it seemed like nobody could bat in the first innings and the game is over before the second day is complete. It's a shock to the system for everyone. Sussex with a 7-wicket win. Okay, interesting. Gee, I tell you what, I'm surprised there's no press conference after that game with the media questioning our ability to bat. Oh, alright, well, we'll play Durham. We'll keep the same team. We'll just see how we go. That was bizarre, the first performance. Now, after this game, we've actually got a 4-week break in April and May. I'm not sure what for. Is that normally when, like, the IPL is on? I don't think we've been selected in the IPL side just yet. Or even the 100. Haven't been selected in that either. And if we look at our teams, we can see that our ODI and T20 form is just a little bit too low compared to our test form, where we are, of course, the captain of Australia. So we'll have to make the most of those opportunities in the ODIs and T20s when we get the chance. I think that's probably why I haven't been picked for the IPL, is because my player never bats during T20 cricket, because he bats at 5 and we never lose 3 wickets. So that'll do us for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all later.